Rio, I missed the final by 1 spot and I think 0.23 of a second or something, which has kind of mildly been haunting me for the last 5 years now. The Commonwealth Games final, I was 4th, but was in 3rd until about 100 to go. So I think I sort of think about that race a lot and how much it really sucked to kind of be that person that slipped out of the medals in the last 100, and I think that's a good way to spur me on in the last 100 of future championships or finals or important races. I think last year's sort of pause in competition, while it really sucked at the time, and I would have loved nothing more than to have been racing all through that period, it gave me a really good chance to catch up and get back on track after some injuries in 2019. Just get really strong and get some really good consistent training in, even if it was within a 5K bubble of my house. And I think that's really paid off this year, just to be able to race really consistently, and I haven't had any injuries or anything, which has been a nice change after the last couple of years. I ran 4:01 in 2016 in the lead up to the last Olympic Games, and probably kind of thought it was just a matter of time. It was like, oh well, I've improved so much this year, I'll just run that next year. Ended up being a little harder than I thought. I never thought it was going to be easy, but I think having to chase it for so long made it even better when I finally did do it. Yeah, to be the first to run under sub-4 as an Australian is something that I'd been thinking about for a really long time. Records, they get broken, and they're made to be broken. You want that to happen, you want to see the sport progress, but no one can really take that away, that you were the first. So that's kind of special. I feel like I've kind of left a mark on athletics that no one can really take away, which is pretty cool. And we had that official selection announcement. It was kind of a real, it all sort of sunk in, and I did have a little moment where I shed a tear, and it was a bit like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that finally happened. And yeah, I feel like I kind of finally got off the roller coaster after nationals and was able to absorb it all and really sort of, take it in what the season was, which was pretty special. Yeah, I've definitely watched the race a couple of times just to make sure it really happened. And yeah, I think I'm pretty sure of that now. Going into Tokyo, the first goal is to make the final. You've got to be in the final to be in with a chance of bringing home a medal. The 1500 is such a tactical event that on paper the fastest person might not always win. They might run really well in a fast-paced race, but throw in some tactics and they might get a little derailed. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we can, run as smart as possible, be as fresh as possible by the final, as fresh as you can be after running 2 1500s in 35-degree weather, that is, so we can feel like we go in ready for any scenario that might come at us, and give myself the best chance of being amongst the front part of the race.